exactly. For like farming enemies. All right, let's get back into this. So I'm interested to see the team comps because I want to see if that charger's still there. I do not see a charger. I switched to 10 attack, so that kind of makes more sense. Gamer, pretty good splatling. It's gonna be hard to like, snipe versus someone like that. And we're off. So we can go ahead and hit this left trigger. Speaking of Smiley, let's go and check out what he's doing. He's going to die, actually, as Jay takes him out.
And it really just looks like that CY won all of their 1v1s.
Yeah, that was kind of a bloodbath in the center there at the start. And CY is able to kind of take control. Gamer's going to stay up top with that splatling. Does get forced to move a little bit by some splat bombs, but is smart enough to know to just kind of hop over to that box to the left to be able to maintain top control. Stingray going off, which is actually kind of hurting him right now because he can't actually paint the zone. If he gets taken out right now, they could lose the zone, although it doesn't happen. His teammates are able to pull through, move up onto the enemy plat. Gamer's able to apply a little bit more pressure as the clock already has gone down to about halfway, but it's a 3v2 situation with some specials going down in zone. Looks like CY is going to have to come back against this pickup squad team because I expect them to be able to paint the zone, as they do.
They are going to barely get it, yeah. Ooh, going down to the Splatling like that. 2 kills for the Splatling. Can he get a third? He does. Oh my god.
He does, and that's a full wipe as Jay finishes off something over there on the right-hand side. That flank, and he does have Inkjet available, so he may use this to push up at the end of the spawn. The Inkjet's recall after it's done allows you to kind of make some aggressive plays and then come back to where you came from afterwards. But it seems like Jay's going to opt to just kind of stay safe and throw grenades. Not the worst idea.
Looking for a way to get back in right now. Jay gets picked off, but Bomb's taking out Smiley as well. And Slosher goes down as well. Ooh.
And fortunately, the Rapid Blaster is going to go down. The Junior is alive somewhere. It looks like he's trying to build meter over to the side.
Yeah, over to the side. Does actually win the 1v1 against the splatter shot this time. The one waiting.
And wait for his teammates. Gets the hit markers on the one. Gets the kill around the tree. That was pretty nice right there.
That was pretty nice. Now you got to flank in on the rest of the
team. Gets the armor up,
the
starts painting zone. I expect the green team to take zone off of this.
Maybe popped a little too much. That was 3 specials right there. But to get it nonetheless, if they can pick off Mecha instead of just letting him sit there.
Yeah, as someone who plays a lot of NZAP, if you can stall the enemy on their plat and force them to kind of paint back at you, you can definitely get an armor back before the full engagement happens. But it depends on the rest of the team, and unfortunately the Junior is going to go down. The one is going to get that kill.
Slosher goes down as well to the Splatling, I assume, and there's only 2 left trying to do damage control, and that's going to be it. Just quickly taken back.
Yeah, CY clearly showing that they at least play together to some extent with that coordination right there. As they're able to take the zone, the NZAP's going to go off to the side and build some meter. As his teammates are going to be able to kind of handle the green team's presence right now. 3v3 situation.
Gonna have to make something happen right now, but the bomb pressure and splatling pressure makes it really hard to get in.
Yeah, that Rapid kind of has a goal of getting bomb rush right now. He looks like he's almost there, about 90% meter. 100, so he can go ahead and bomb rush now, and like you said earlier, if his teammates are able to kind of conserve their specials and not really waste them, this could be a nice play. Rapid does go down, but not after taking out some enemies and getting the zone. So that is going to be control for green team.
Got to see how much the Junior and Tenatech here can do to delay CY from coming back in while the rest of the team gets here. Junior sharking, see if he can get anything.
Yeah, some specials going down from CY right now as they are able to, looks like applying some pressure onto the zone. Stingray going down instead of painting, which actually, again, the Stingray does cause the Heavy to not be able to paint as he is taken out by Void, and Green Team is able to kind of clean this up. Less, Tenatech over here on the enemy side of the map, but he's kind of just being a nuisance more than anything else right now.
Yeah, Inkjet making time for CY to come back in. Junior's going to get sandwiched by the NZAP coming around. Good flank there.
Yeah, and it looks like Green Team isn't very much deterred by that Inkjet. They were able to kind of hold the zone. Bomb Rush going off, and oh no, unfortunately the Rapid gets taken off, and so do his teammates, as this is probably going to make it very difficult for Green Team to come back. That was looking pretty good from them in a second, but that team wipe just kind of sealed the deal.
Yeah, it's tunneled a little bit too hard on that Tenatech Inkjet, and just wasn't ready for the rest of Orange to come back in.
Yeah, no, this is going to be very difficult. Only 40 seconds left on the clock. Green Team's going to have to. Well, they're starting out right. They're getting some kills.
Smiley gets the 1v1. Inkjet, can he get the splatling though?
Junior does have armor. Armor does go down on the Inkjetted player, but it's not soon enough.
Time. Nope. A little too focused on trying to get those kills. Maybe forgot about the timer for just a moment. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think they were giving it a try. It's just that the armored Inkjet maybe wasn't able to get kills fast enough or wasn't able to really paint as he was in inkjet form. Specials not being able to paint while being used kind of came into kind of influence the state of the game a bunch of times.
Yeah, he needed to get a splat there with that inkjet at the end in order to do his share of the painting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something you got to keep in mind, especially when you're a weapon like a Tenatech or a Heavy, which are usually on the better painting side of things. Those kind of weapons are gonna have to think twice sometimes about using their special when they need to paint zone.
Probably my least favorite map in the game so far coming up.
Really? I actually kind of like this one. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of Forge maps from like Halo 3 and Halo Reach, where they would always be like a big round level with a bunch of boxes on the outside and some top-mid structure.
Okay.
Did you play Halo?
I didn't. I played a little bit, but I never actually had it.
Gotcha. Forge mode was the kind of like the pseudo custom map editor that they gave to us, where you didn't really make your own map as much as you just kind of placed a bunch of blocks. Like I guess you can kind of picture like something like Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Okay. Yep.
And yeah, because of the limitations of the map editor, you often saw maps that kind of look like this, where it was just kind of like a bunch of boxes laid out in a ring around like a top mid structure. So I don't know. I guess I kind of like it because of that. But my least favorite map so far is main stage. I think it's just really hard to get back into the center of the map after you lose control.
That's fair. As I'm pretty content on coming back in on that map as Jet Squelcher. There's plenty of high ground off to the sides that you can start pressuring in.
Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to switch weapons then, but we're gonna load up not Black Belly Skate Park, that's for sure. The funniest map name in the game. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and open up, and as far as commentary is concerned, I kind of like how this the opening to each map starts out with this overhead camera, so you can kind of like pay attention to where the action is and zoom into it. Like right here with Gamer getting taken out by Banana over here with, I believe, the Tri-Slasher? Yeah, Tri-Slasher. Very strong weapon. Everybody expects this to get nerfed.
Yeah, it's definitely on people campaigning for that right now. It's kind of weird. Mecha and Jay went over to the other side of the map, which kind of let Orange get a free push over to the left side.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of miscommunication right now, but Orange Team has definitely taken advantage of it, taking the tower to the second checkpoint already. And as we know, tower control can move pretty fast on this map with only 2 checkpoints. Both checkpoints are, of course, near some kind of area that...
flank around from Banana?
Yep. Alright, so it looks like Purple Team's kind of... Can Banana do it? That is the Tri-Slasher after all, but no. And Smiley's going to take it out as well, as Purple Team is going to take back map control.
Just immediately take back all of mid.
Interesting, we have Gamer here with the Vanilla Splatter Shot, a weapon that I used to main back in Splatoon 1. A little bit different now. Has that that splashdown special. He's going to be taken out by Banana with the Tri-Slasher.
Yeah, that was a pretty nice burst bomb in the splash kill there, off of the elevation as well.
And it looks like CY is going to be able to take the tower, and they are able to take the tower back to the second checkpoint. So they can, I believe, take the lead here without actually moving past the checkpoint.
They can. Yes, they can, but the Clash Blast are doing quite a bit of work through that Toxic Mist to get them off of the tower.
Yeah, Clash Blaster, not always a weapon that you expect to be making the biggest difference. I think we're actually I'm gonna take the camera over to the Clash Blaster once he respawns, because I want to see what he's kind of doing. Haven't played the Clash Blaster yet myself outside of Salmon Run. It was pretty fun in that mode, but of course Salmon Run's always going to be different than competitive multiplayer.
Just a little bit. We got Smiley and Void here on the top side of the map, trying to free up that space and get the tower past that little overlook, and they are going to be successful.
Yeah, Jack's gonna unfortunately fall off tower here, but he's gonna apply some pressure on where the enemy team wants to be, as he gets a hit marker there. Not sure if he knows where the enemy is, but it seems he'll play it safe, get back on tower, and maybe apply some more splash damage once he gets to where the enemy is.
I think they need to get on tower a little bit sooner than that, because
I'm behind him.
Yeah, flank around by Gamer there, and that's going to be a full wipe. And as always with Humpback track, you're just going to immediately take back control of mid off of a wipe like that.
Yeah, and in tower control, since the tower only has 2 checkpoints, it can move pretty quickly. In Rainmaker, as I learned today when I was doing it with a friend, the zip lines are really good for taking back map control, because if you take the zip line with the Rainmaker from your own base, you can jump into some areas of the opponent's base that you normally can't from mid-map. So it kind of makes a comeback potential kind of fast, which sort of makes sense because it's a very large map, so you'd expect them to want to balance the size of the map with the ability to kind of get the objective going in the other direction faster.
Mm-hmm.
I'll hop back over here to this Class Blaster as he's kind of sharking over here with armor.
Sharking
Putting pressure on the one, and he gets the directs. Taking out Mecha, however.
Mecha coming in with the assist there to make that just a trade.
Yeah,
Orange seems pretty content on just playing this mid game right now and not wanting to risk mid being taken like it was before by CY.
Yeah, there's a minute left in the game,
specials.
So I think that it's smart for Orange to go for at least one more push with feeling, I guess you could say.
They did pop 3 specials just there, so this is going to be the push.
Yeah, they are starting to move up. Smiley's is forced off a tower by that Toxic Mist. Toxic Mist very useful
Mist doing
in this
so
mode.
much.
Yeah, I personally have found the Toxic Mist to be a little bit underwhelming now that I've had some time with the game myself. But in this mode, it's definitely very strong because you're on the tower in that mist for so long that you're pretty much defenseless if someone challenges you afterwards.
Yep, draining that ink away.
Yep. And speaking of Tri-Slashers, I'm going to go over here and check out the Tri-Slasher on the other team as he gets taken out by Jex again with this Clash Blaster. The Clash Blaster has been pretty effective, actually,
Been
in this
doing
game.
pretty good work on this map. The contours of the map not really affecting it that much with the short range. It's actually pretty good here, I think.
Yeah, I know that Penguin's in chat right now, so he's I'm sure that he's already disagreeing with me. I know that a lot of the blasters don't think that the Clash Blaster is very good. It doesn't really have that much range, and it kind of takes a lot of hits to kill. But in the meantime, Jay...
EY just kind of slowly pushed in there. Didn't do a whole lot, it seemed like. Just got control of the map, and like you said, the tower progresses so fast on this map once that first checkpoint's down. That's just going to be it.
Yep, that is going to be it. So Orange team definitely they had a really nice start. They had a good defense of CY after the tower was pushed, but unfortunately they just were unable to defend against that last 30-second objective. Also, apparently the person, you know how at the end of watching a game as commentator you see either a win screen or a defeat screen?
Yes.
From what I understand, it's whoever's host, that's whose team, quote unquote, the commentators are on.
Okay.
And here's Sturgeon Shipyard. What do you think of this map? Because I've had a lot of people say that they don't like it.
I really like this map, actually. It's one of my favorites.
I think it might be the best map in the game, honestly.
I think tower control on this map is the best game map type right now.
Yeah, like this is I don't know, man. Like on paper, I guess maybe it's not the easiest map to get back to the center with, but the thing is that your spawn is so large and the areas that you can move from your spawn are very elevated to the point where, like, if you decide to take different paths out of your base, the enemy team has to completely, like, and fundamentally change their setup to deal with you. So you kind of have like some room to kind of dance around, and the center of the map itself is pretty complex and pretty interesting. Has a lot of vertical structures, a lot of cover, a lot of alternate paths to take, and then the map also
you can get to the high ground from either side of the high ground.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just it does a lot of things that I think Splatoon maps haven't done in the past, and I think that it's pretty easy to get back to the center of the map, and it kind of has some balanced firefights that lead up to those kind of critical moments. So I've really enjoyed it so far. Some people seem to think that you actually have that this is actually kind of a difficult map to get out of your base with. I'm not really sure if that's the general consensus or
I've
what.
never really had that problem too much. There's been like 1 or 2 games where I've had that issue, but it's only because that we haven't been watching all the entrances to the base.
That's true. Maybe I'm just biased because the rotation I got number 1 in was in this map, but we're off as the pickup squad is now going to be blue team. If they're not a pickup squad, that'll be kind of embarrassing now. Blue team versus CY on the green team. Color combination that of course was not in Splatoon 1. I think these kind of color combinations are fun to look at. As CY is going to pick up the Rainmaker first, they're going to take it underneath the bridge in the center of the map as their teammates kind of apply some pressure. Doesn't work out though, as the Rainmaker is taken out, although Banana is the only person alive in mid-map for blue team, as he's just going to throw some bombs, apply some pressure, and maybe try to get some paint. As he just opts to go after the sniper. He gets the kill. Is he going to get the double kill? Doesn't look like it. He will wisely kind of take his time here, though, make sure he doesn't die as his teammates get back to the center of the map.
It was a little overzealous by CY. The one went up way in front to try to get a super fast push, but failed to protect the Rainmaker and just had to jump out once he was in the base.
Yeah, perhaps feeling a little bit overconfident after that not knockout, but that last second push at the end of last game. That momentum carrying into this game kind of made him a little bit overzealous. But we're back to a neutral situation right now. We see Jex here with the Class Blaster again. This might be his main weapon, I'm not sure. But he seems to be doing pretty decent with it, chasing players down, getting splash damage around corners, but unfortunately taken out by Gamer with the Splatling, as it is a 1v3 situation.
Gamer playing that nice anchor up on that high ground, and off of that they're going to be able to get the Rainmaker and maybe start to push his left side. Oh, going up on the high ground.
Trick jump. Gets taken out, though.
That was a really clutch shot.
Yeah,
there.
But as we see, Banana and Smiley were prepared for that. They were in position. Of course, the Rainmaker is it's very useful to take the Rainmaker up into this elevated position over here that you can only actually get up to in Rainmaker, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, actually. But either way, the Rainmaker does reset back to a somewhat neutral situation. 3-on-3. Blue team has their specials. 10 missiles go off, which are really cool looking in spectator mode, mind you. I have a feeling that some of the stuff might have been designed visually to work nicely in spectator mode. As Banana over here on the left is going to be pressured, taken out by Jay. 4v3 situation. Green team picks up the Rainmaker and takes it.
Jay doesn't quite get a triple, but distracts the whole time, and Blue is nowhere near to stop this Rainmaker right now.
Yeah, it looks like Gamer is going to be taken out here. Not before trading with a member of Blue Team, as a splashdown does go off. And
looking to wrap up this last kill here, the one chasing Void all the way back into spawn. Slosher coming from spawn, though, going to take him out. And the Suction Rush trying to keep this position holding right here. 10 of missiles coming out, but just walking with the Rainmaker right now. Going to get... Oh, that's
this kills, but the Rainmaker's there! Wow.
Okay. Not ready for that quick move around to the side. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, looking at the paint on the map, it appears that maybe the Rainmaker was taken down to that sponge and taken around the side. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I'm pretty sure that CY saw the pressure on the Rainmaker in the front, took the Rainmaker back, had someone paint the sponge, and then took it up and around behind. Pretty hard to react to that, apparently, as they're able to just dunk it.
All three of Blue was right there to stop it, but it's just got the dunk anyway.
It looks like a player is hopping out right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and double check with Slimy that we're still going. But yeah, no, I definitely I don't know. I'm definitely thinking that spectator mode is pretty awesome, though.
It's very cool. I've just been sticking in the overhead for the most part.
Yeah, I've been using the overhead and kind of flying around. I think that I probably am gonna have to find some kind of balance between looking at player perspectives.
Definitely do.
Yeah, I think at this point, I'm not quite used to being able to kind of just snap right to different players. It always takes me a little bit of time to hit the left trigger, look at my options, and pick one. But I think once I get better at knowing exactly who to snap to, I should be able to pretty seamlessly go back and forth between sky view and player view. I think
What's this Area 1 and Area 2 objective camera direction? I couldn't get that to work.
I think it only works on like 2-zone maps.
Oh, okay.
All the other maps. So like if you're on Moray Towers, you will you'll snap back and forth between the 2 zones. And of the maps that have been released on disc so far, only Moray has 2 zones. So.
Yep. I just got to play that for the first time today. Silkser, it's really just I'm just going for an ink recovery special charge up build right now. I'd rather have the ink recovery. I don't have any good thermal shirts, so I'm not, but I want to experiment more with that.
Yeah, I used it, and I thought it was awesome. Frank also used it. I think Jet might be the best user of thermal.
I think I'd agree with that. I just need a better shirt for it right now, but
Gotcha.
I think my ending build for it's going to be thermal, triple ink recovery, double special charge.
Have you been properly grinding your Splatfest tea? Do you know how that works? You just scrub the very first
slot. Yep.
Yeah.
I've been doing that.
Yeah, I'm starting to build up, man. Like I have a feeling what's going to happen is I'm going to use specific abilities a lot, and I'm going to build up on others. So it's like eventually it's like, oh, I can just make like a special saver pure for no reason. Let's just slap all
that's
60 of these
that's
on.
definitely going to be something that happens. I had 3 single slots in a row that I got quick super jump up on the.
I'm close to 30 on ink resist already.
Wow.
But that's also because it's the Splatfest T, so you're gonna get
Yep.
you're gonna get
Squid
it.
Force.
And yeah, Hydrus in chat asking if the Area 1 and 2 only applies to double zone maps. I think that's how it works. I mean, unless there's another game type that isn't out yet. It looks like it's probably going to be just for 2-zone maps. Yeah, I personally, I kind of like a little bit of sub-saver on Jet, because that means when you throw, like, there's 85 frames of white ink on the Toxic
It's a
Mist.
long time.
It's a long time, yeah. So
You
having
basically
some
need to be at
sub-saver is
full
nice.
ink before throwing it.
Yeah, I think Frank has been running like all 3 efficiencies and thermal, and I think maybe a little bit of swim speed. If I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, but
Seems a little spread thin to me, but getting into this match here.
yep, and definitely getting to this match here. That's a sentence I said. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom the camera down to zone. Really cool stuff. This whole spectator camera, but let's see how this opening.
Smiley
compared to other
being a
games.
little bit aggressive there, dropping down into the trench, trying to get the bucket and just being punished for that.
Yeah, and CY is going to just take control immediately, start pushing up. Senpai with that brush is going to push up and then be able to use the brush to go ahead and run away. Really nice aspect of the brush is that you can kind of overextend sometimes and then use the brush's run speed to just kind of get out of there. Put on some pressure and then kind of back your way out. Nice way to dance. As CY is able to sneak the brush up.
Stingray. Come on, brush. There you go.
Yeah, we talked about earlier that Stingray having a lot of trouble against people that get up too close to the Stingray, as Senpai is able to take that brush and get a double kill, secure control.
Senpai just putting all this pressure in right now. The auto bomb's going to catch him out, though, and this is going to be the push in with the Tenta missiles. Need to make something happen now. Timer ticking down, 14. 2 down for green, 3 down for green. This should be the zone.
As we see,
Hopefully be the zone, unless the Splatling clutches us out here.
The Slosher could get this kill, but no, it doesn't look like a
Wow.
gamer is going to be able to get that kill, as there's only a few seconds left before the
That's
zone
going
is
to be
taken.
it. Gamer clutches that out there.
Yeah, so it looks like Purple Team or Smiley's team. I'm not really sure what their team name is, but looks like they're just having some trouble with coordination. Jex has been doing some cool stuff with the Clash Blaster, which is nice to see.
He has been. I've been pretty happy seeing that.
Mm-hmm.
Just what caused that whole downfall was Smiley pushing up a little bit too early.
A little bit unfortunate for Smiley there. I think that individually, everybody on Smiley's team has been doing pretty decent. It's just that unfortunately they're kind of like not coordinated, or maybe make like a kind of like a wrong macro play. It seems like they might just need to play with each other a little bit more.
If it is a pickup, just things to be expected from it.
Someone in chat asking if we know about run speed being nerfed. I know that the scaling for run speed was a little bit messed up when the game launched, and when they did that update the other day, they fixed the scaling, which makes certain amounts of run speed not as effective. I could kind of feel the nerf, but at the same time I couldn't. Like, if no one had told me that they changed run speed, I probably wouldn't have noticed it, so it might just be in my head. I know that for Splatlings, the run speed's nerfed a lot. Like, even for the mini, which is one of the reasons why it's kind of painful to use mini.
saw that tweet out for that, and people just like, oh, I was making this run speed gear for the Splatling, but it turns out it's actually terrible.
Yeah, it's like it still affects it a little bit, but it's just it barely does anything, which is like really sad for the mini, because I feel like it didn't need that nerf. The mini was kind of only good. Oh, the mini was only worthy of a nerf because it had Disruptor Bubble, and I think the Zimmy gets Curling Bomb and Inkstorm, and then the Vanilla gets Burst Bomb and Tenna Missiles. So it's kind of like unwarranted that the mini's that slow, but that's just me complaining about my main being nerfed.
Completely unbiased. And
we are off. So unfortunately, no Clash Blaster for me to go ahead and watch. I'm gonna instead watch Void on the heavy. Gamer's been playing heavy a lot. Gamer, of course, is a pretty good splatling from Splatoon 1, so he already knows the mechanics and he knows how to work the splatling. As it is a 2v4 situation, Void here seemingly going to try to stay alive. Maybe use Stingray Tower right now. Seems to be pretty effective.
Try to delay that checkpoint there for the rest of the team to come in. I like that.
They're coming at him now.
Smiley extending a little bit far, and the Luna catching him up, and the Octobreast just immediately advancing in. That's going to be the checkpoint, unless the Roller has something to say about it. Good job by Jex there, and the rest of Blue is pushed up too far to stop that tower. Now, how fast does the checkpoint regenerate is my question. Is it going to be...
So the way it
is regenerated.
From what my understanding is those squares that you see at the top of your screen that relate to the checkpoint, each of them are like their own little health bars, so once you get rid of one of them, that one's gone until the next time you hit the checkpoint.
Yes, I do understand that, but like in that situation there, they stopped like 2 points before getting it. It went back a little bit, and then the gray health came. Like, how long does it take for the gray health to come back?
That I'm not sure. That I'm not sure of. I know that a lot of the things are different for each map. Like, for example, the amount of time it takes to go through a checkpoint is different depending on, I think, the map and the checkpoint itself.
You can see that represented in the checkpoint, the size of the checkpoint as well.
Mm-hmm. Either way, looks like Yell Team's finally going to be able to hold off a bit of this push. It is a 3-on-3 situation right here, as the one, unfortunately, is able to go ahead and get that double. Going to keep Yellow Team in their base.
Going to try to get this long flank around on the Splatling as well. Maybe try to get some people coming out of spawn with this baller.
Looks like this baller is going to be abandoned, as Splatling is not able to get the kill, and one of those Splat Bombs is able to get a kill instead. A little bit of a bloodbath here, as Blue Team is able to come up 2-0 on the map right now and start pushing the tower again.
Gonna get a little bit of time on this checkpoint before Yellow gets back here, and the Inkjet's probably going to seal the rest of that checkpoint out.
The one pushing up with that Luna. Luna, of course, been nerfed quite a bit, does not have a painting special anymore, and uses up a lot more ink. But that is going to be that, as Blue Team is able to push the tower.
Gosh, games can just spiral out of control so fast, so quickly, it seems like.
Especially in tower control and Rainmaker, when we don't know the maps that well. You know, people don't really know exactly which areas they should be holding, so once the enemy team properly plays objective or Luna gets 11 kills, the objective is just going to come barreling through.
And then once you get that wipe and then you push up and the enemy team's trying to get back into a position to defend, you pop that like Inkjet or something to disrupt, and then they're spread into more chaos and you just keep snowballing.
Yeah, definitely. I think that we still have a long ways to go to figuring out exactly how teams should be playing a lot of these maps or handling map control, etc. But Summer in chat, I consider the baller not a painting special. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit less of a painting special than Bomb Rush. I have to admit that is what my feelings are. As we move over, speaking of game types that can barrel out of control, Rainmaker on the Reef. This is everybody's like, what the heck is going on? Yeah,
you're never safe.
So I think a big part of the problem with this map is, one, the Rainmaker can move mid-map relatively safe with the concrete bridges and stuff offering cover. So the Rainmaker is able to kind of approach an area where a push can start with relative ease. And once you're there, the way to defend the Rainmaker kind of involves you being all the way back at your base.
You kind of have to give up that corridor for free.
Yeah, so I think an important part of being good at this map is going to be figuring out how you can position yourself to protect against those right side pushes on this map without giving up a lot of map control. And I think what that will mean is kind of doing like a right side filter to how you go back into the map, right? So you kind of like consider the right side of the map like the spot, like your anchor point where you have to be, and then you move from right to left. It kind of reminds me almost in sort of a way of how like I like to attempt bluefin zones in Splat 1, where the zone, let's say the zone is on the left side of the map for you because you spawned there. You want to have people in the zone, but you also want to have people on the opposite side of the zone, because if you lose the opposite side of the zone, then you lose full map control. So as people spawn, they go right and then bleed into left, and as people in left die, they get replaced by those people that went right. I don't know if that kind of makes sense, but I feel like...
No, I see that making sense, but I don't think it quite applies
Yeah,
here.
it might not quite apply, but I could see some kind of philosophy about how you hold the map, uh, having that right side be important, be something that teams do in the future. But either way, let's see how these guys handle it. Jex is using the Clash Blaster again, so I want to go ahead and watch him. One of the new weapons. This is a pretty interesting one to watch.
CY having a nice concave here, keeping green really on their plat right now. But
Just
it
gonna put out
seems
that
a
splash
little
damage. There it
forward
goes.
of Gamer to pick up the Rainmaker. I didn't quite like that. It seemed like they were content on slowly pushing in, and that was rushing it for no reason.
Jex applying some pressure right there, going to be able to throw out that splat bomb, but unfortunately going to Stingray and get
Auto
killed
bomb,
by the
please.
auto bomb. Auto bombs now. If for those who don't know, the auto bombs are actually pretty easy to kind of tech. In Splatoon 1, you could jump over Seekers, and it's actually easier to substrafe back and forth in front of an auto bomb, and that will trick the AI into thinking it can explode. Although some people don't really know how to substrafe yet, so I guess if you don't know how to substrafe, it's harder. But if you do, it's pretty easy to go ahead and avoid that auto bomb. All you got to do is just move close to it, move away really quickly, and it'll blow up out of your range.
Tri-Slosher taking advantage of the kind of poorly placed Stingray activation there, and they're going to pick up the Rainmaker. Tri-Slosher moving forward. The Suction Bomb's going to take that out. But never mind, got taken out before Suction
Rainmaker
Bomb.
moving
But it's
in.
so how do
Jex,
you
you're gonna be a hero?
approach the
Oh,
Rainmaker
no.
here? Banana trying to get the flank around, but that super jump in from Jay
Void is going
going
to take out the wrong person as Gamer is able to dunk it. Unfortunate.
It's so hard to approach the Rainmaker in that corridor. We did have a flank around from behind, but the super jump covered that, and just yeah, it just looked difficult.
Yeah, that was pretty hard to deal with. I think that let's see, what was that team comp? They had a splat bomb. They had two bombs. I think the Slosher was one of the first people to die, and they had the heavy. So there was some stuff to kind of hold that off. I think that perhaps the members with bombs should have tried to make sure that they stay alive. Maybe the pro could have been more aggressive there. But just to clarify for people in chat being confused what I said about the substrafing, you can swim over auto bombs and you can get near them and swim away, but
That's how I've been
yeah,
activating them
it's just
early.
substrafing is so it's just so safe. Like I've had before I started substrafing to avoid them, I had a bunch of situations where both a teammate and I tried to activate it early and we ended up dying. But once I started substrafing, I've never died like accidentally to an auto bomb. It's just you never take any shockwave damage. You never, if your teammate sets it off by accident, you're not going to die. It's just really clean. I feel like if you just kind of swim next to it and swim away, you're kind of slowing yourself down too much. But it's also, I just kind of have substrafing embedded in my movement, so I guess it's just what seems unnecessary to some people is just kind of like the better way to do it for me. But yeah, you can swim next to one of those auto bombs to trick its AI into going off early, which kind of makes a lot of the...
Otherwise, they're going to chase you to the end of the earth.
We talked about this earlier. Starfish main stage I think this is the kind of like the Urchin Underpass / Salt Spray rig of this game, which is a little bit scary because part of the game plan with this game seems to have been making specials weaker in exchange for making maps that are easier to get out of your base in. But the problem is if a map is hard to get out of your base, you don't have specials that are good for brute forcing a way out of the base, and I kind of feel like a lot of people feel that way about Starfish main stage. I know you said that you personally don't find that much of a problem with it. As a shooter, I definitely do, so maybe it's just that this map requires a change in strategy, but let's see how that ends up working out in this game. There has been some one-sided games, there has been some quick knockouts, so let's see how Starfish main stage zones ends up working out in that regard.
Bringing out the Charger here. Both Chargers and a Splatling. Okay.
Okay. Fortunately for me, Jex is not using the Clash Blaster, so we're going to have to reprimand them. As I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, there's an H3 being used right now, so I'm going to go ahead and check out that H3. The one going to go ahead and use that. Of course, the H3D is not out yet. That's the one everybody's interested in. It has the same kit as the 96, so that's Sprinkler and Armor on a weapon that paints better than 96 and is a bit more consistent. It should be pretty interesting to see. As the one is going to take out Banana.
A little far for purple there, and got sandwiched for it, and just kind of got the zone off.
Going a little bit ham. Luckily, his teammates were able to kind of take control of the situation. Void gonna go ahead and take out that H3. Was some good work on the on the Splatling, but unfortunately wasn't able to deal with the more aggressive members of the enemy team.
Splatling for CY seems to really want to get where Jex is right now, but both of the times Jex has been able to shut him down. See if it's a different approach option coming in this time. Up on the grading, as I feel like he should be, and they are going to get zone off of that.
Yeah, missiles are going to make that easy to paint. As the Inkstorm does go down, which is going to probably put a halt at least to the score for the time being, as we see Green Team is able to take control of the zone again, but a small penalty, something that can be dealt with.
So a very aggressive positioning from Gamer. Finally going to fall back a little bit here, back up on the high part of their side of the map. 10 of missiles coming out, going to push Purple back a little bit, but it doesn't seem like Green's going to push in too much. Banana moving in on Gamer. Have to fall back a little bit as the H3 providing that covering fire.
Gamer going to go ahead and chase down this kill, can get the partial charge off here on Banana, but is unable to. Going to get taken out. Banana's going to run around the corner with those dualies, make quick work of that.
Banana get the Inkjet as well. Can he turn around and get the H3?
So the H3 is going to have to back off. Zone seems to be taken by Green Team. It is, as Banana is going to chase the one over into this area, and again is going to kill someone who's just being a little bit overzealous in this area of the map. Sees the opportunity to use missiles. He does, as perhaps Gamer may expose himself, but I think... Oh, that fall-off damage! That was sick.
That arc was beautiful.
Wow. Very impressive. Gamer knowing the Splatling really well. I bet that he already has practiced that exact situation with the Splatling, as he unfortunately is going to be taken out by Void, as Void's going to paint the zone, and looks like it's going to bring an end to Purple Team. Oh, the splashdown? Not going to get a kill, but he is going to get a kill on the one after that splashdown. Go ahead and put down those numbers of Purple Teams to go ahead and take the zone.
Banana once again fighting over on this side of the map. Wins the 1v1 versus the Inkjet.
Yeah, Gamer going to go ahead and punish that out of position for now 2 members of Green Team. Is they're going to be able to take the zone again. About 30 more seconds before they can take the lead. Of course, the time on the penalty does go by a little bit faster. Well, actually, in Splatoon 1, it went by a little bit faster than the actual score. But either way, they're about to take the lead.
I have seen it go down by 2 sometimes.
Yeah, no. A lot of times, actually, in games, when there is a timer that is set to 99 seconds, it usually is, they're not actually seconds. For example, in Marvel vs. Capcom, every second is 3 seconds, because there's 3 characters on each team. It's just that it's kind of like an unspoken rule in gaming to just kind of leave the timer at 99 seconds and change the length of your seconds to match how much time you want it to take. And the seconds are kind of fast in Splatoon, as you can see how fast the timer goes down.
They are very fast in Splatoon. Almost full wipe for Green here.
Yeah, this Green's going to go down, so Purple Team is going to be able to take the zone back. We see Banana here over to the right with Jext kind of making a 2-prong push. There is a Firefin Charger kind of set up over there to the right, so it looks like Banana's going to get 10 missiles and try to fire them off. He doesn't get a clean... Oh, almost killed by the Stingray. Doesn't really get a clean team missile off, but as both teams kind of had numbers low right there, no one really take advantage or be locked on by the missiles, and Purple Team's going to take the lead.
Jay with the aggressive flank right now, trying to catch them as they're coming back out of spawn. In the middle of 3 right now, but going to get Smiley on his way out.
Ooh, Banana
not there to paint the zone right now.
Mm-mm.
Green really needs his penalty at the moment, but here comes the splashdown. Try to paint. Jay's finally coming back around, and the wraparound is probably going to finish off Green here.
Bomb rush going off. That is going to be it, as that bomb rush seals the deal.
That was really stretched out there. Only 1 team member from each team being alive at the end.
Yeah, so me being proven wrong there, it seems like that was actually one of the most back-and-forth games we've had so far. Both teams able to kind of find their way back into the center of the map. A lot of specials, but unfortunately for Green Team, they were unable to do that at the end when it mattered, and CY is going to take that game.
I was going to say, it's like it was back and forth because there was never a full wipe or something. But I felt like that happened a few times. It's just that I don't know if either team really knew where to position themselves for a good forward hold.
Yeah, that could have been the case as well. Both teams might have just not known exactly how to start with a lockout situation. Something to think about, I suppose, on that map. The thing about that map that's weird is that no matter what way you take out of your base, no matter how much it seems like it's going to offer you some kind of like advantage to get out, all the ways out of the base take you to that same horizontal line. Where if someone's just able to kind of look at all of them, they can see anyone who tries to escape your base, and maybe they just didn't have that kind of vision to kind of call out anyone trying to escape.
That is true. Port Mackerel, what do you think of the newly made Port Mackerel?
I love it. I mean, Port was one of my favorite maps in Splat 1, and it's definitely still a really good map in Splat 2. Now, for me personally, I didn't think that... A lot of people didn't like how campy Port was. I actually thought that Port was really interesting because while... Once a full lockout situation happened on Port, you were kind of in a really bad spot. It took a lot of work to actually cause that lockout situation, and
It did.
leading up to that, everybody had a job to do. There was a lot of strategy. I think they want me to ready up, but I'm still talking about Port Mackerel, children. Yeah, there was a lot that went into actually getting that lockout situation. It was very deliberate, very team-oriented, and sometimes came down to making some plays, and I think that fine, I'll hit A.
I'm gonna be inclined to agree with you on the first Port Mackerel. Like it felt really grindy, but there's a good reason for that.
Mm-hmm. That all being said, the this version of Port Mackerel, of course, has a lot of really good changes. Very. Oh, I'm going to watch that Class Blaster. We are going into the Class Blaster. We're going to go ahead and watch Jex. Hopefully, he's watching the stream and knows that he has to keep choosing that weapon in order for me to be his friend anymore. But. Yeah, no, the new Port Mackerel does have a lot of good changes, a lot more vertical gameplay, a lot more ways out of the base. The middle of the map is more interesting. The different ways in the base have new cover that they didn't have in the old Port Mackerel. It's just a very good map, very solid. Although it doesn't quite play like the old Port Mackerel as far as like when you quote-unquote have won the game. It's still a really good map, and I don't think that it's any worse for the changes. I think that it's still a good map. It's just the same good map, but now it has more good stuff to it.
The positioning by Smiley there was a little too defensive, I think, to really do much, and let's see why I think win that first engagement.
Yeah, Jax unfortunately is going to take a lot of damage here from this Ink Storm as he is able to kind of get away. For those of you who don't know, Ink Storm and Stingray are kind of unique in how they do damage, as they do damage per frame for anyone standing inside of them. So Inkstorm actually can damage you pretty quickly even if you're not getting hit by raindrops, something to keep in mind. As unfortunately for Jex, though, he is taken out by those members riding tower as he tries to get into some kind of position to do something about it, but he is going to be jumped from behind. Inkjet going off, pressure back into a spawn. Looks like the Inkjet was taken out as Jex is going to be able to move over to the tower, take back the objective, and ironically for a blaster, start painting. I think one of the saving graces of this Clash Blaster is its ability to paint compared to some of the other blasters.
Ooh, it does do quite a good job of that.
Man, Jex is making
this crossfire on the Stingray right now, keeping Orange back pretty well. 10 of missiles coming out as well. That's a lot of specials. Gonna need to get something off of this.
Inkstorm almost taking off Jex's ink armor right there as his team is, I don't know if they're pushed back or what, but he did get off the tower. He gets back on, though, recognizing that he has to get back on tower as he's taken out by that E-Leader. I didn't even realize there was an E-Leader involved right now. A comp of an E-Leader in a heavy. That is going to be a hard team to push up on with a Tri-Slosher, a Clash Blaster, and an Unscoped Charger, but it looks like Green Team's going to make the best of it.
Void's still in CY's side of the map right now, looking to shark some more kills, but no one coming down that lane. Everybody opting to stay high ground. Like Gamer here is on the splat lane, going to take out Smiley there.
There's the direct sound effect as Jex is going to get that spawn kill, and he's going to go ahead and use the Stingray to get another clean kill on Mecha right there.
Right. If they could take out Gamer here, they could get the push going. Tower's a little far back, actually, though. The one coming around with the flank on the nozzle nose might be able to take out Smiley here. Does indeed.
Armor does go on. It's going to go ahead and save Jex, but he is going to be crossfired by more than one angle. Let's see if he can stay alive here.
Void coming around from behind, though, takes out one. 7 seconds left. It's only the Charger right now. Gonna have to come back, try to get a different angle as everyone's looking there right now. They
Yeah, it
get
looks
off
like
the tower just a little bit, unfortunately.
yeah, Jex is making me want to play this weapon, man. Like I really like some bad weapons in Splatoon 1. Let me tell you, Vanilla Sploosh is one of my favorite things in the game.
I love.
Yeah, that thing was great. Oh, did you see that curling bomb all over the place, stuck on tower? As CY is going to be able to clean up that situation. Jack's going to be sent back to his spawn. Incarver going to go off.
Still in CY spawn though.
Is
Looking for some kills.
Is he really? What is Void playing? Is he the Tri-Slosher?
He's the Tri-Slosher. This flanking Tri-Slosher is.
That's going to be a huge
back here
pain
for
in the butt.
So long. Charger's just constantly
2 kills,
looking at him right now.
3 kills. Jex going ham with the Clash Blaster right now. I'm definitely hopping into a game with this thing immediately when we're done casting. I'm just gonna go on a turf war and see how bad I can be at this.
Oh, Void gets
There's
2 up
Stingray.
there.
Look at that, man.
Void is still back here getting kills. He's about to get a 10 of missiles, bring up a third. That's a full wipe.
Chat suggesting that Jex has paid me to keep the camera on Jex. No, I just really want to see this Clash Blaster. And Jex is convincing me that it's worth playing, as he's been doing a stellar job with it so far. Gonna go ahead and retreat, keep his armor alive right now, as he just kind of stays
looking to
close to objective.
Yeah, just keep the tower over here. Just hop on it. Yeah, let it stall out for a bit and go get some more kills.
Ooh, unfortunately gonna trade with Gamer right there.
But Banana gets a kill as well, though. Banana gonna fall back, get a super jump spot for the rest of his team to come in and start this defense in mid.
Yeah, Gamer got some nice gear going on there. That ink resist and movement speed, very nice. It kind of looks like actually it'd be nice for NZAP as well. As Green Team has a pretty healthy lead right now, 22-49. Going to take a bit of effort for an H3, an E leader, and a Splatling to get a decent push. As Jay seems to be lagging a little bit as he DCs, just a celebratory loss, disconnect from the game. As there's only 4 seconds left, the 10 attack on the enemy team is dead. I do not see Orange Team doing this.
It's just Mecha left right now.
And that's going to be a lot of splash damage on tower, and that's going to be game.
That was a really fun round to watch. I was just watching Void from the overhead camera the whole time, staying.
There's that absolute clown shoes, right? There's still green ink in the enemy base, so you know that he was having some fun.
19.
Whew. Just pad your stats with all the armor activation assist. And I assume that we'll be getting Jay back in here. I'm sure that Pengit is already typing stuff about Jay being laggy and deleting it before anyone can take a screenshot of it in classic Pengit fashion.
Callouts.
But yeah, as we're waiting here for to get a replacement for Jay, I really want to. Ooh, we got an auto host from Michelle. Thanks, Michelle. You've been auto hosting me a lot. I don't know if I'm up at the top of your list or everybody that you like isn't here anymore. But let's we're gonna take a quick 5-minute break. Well, hopefully a little bit faster.
You want to gush about that Clash Blaster a little bit more?
I do want to gush about that Clash Blaster. That Clash Blaster was definitely looking pretty fun. I think that I really want to go and take a look at how exactly the Clash Blaster interacts with damage from the splat bombs. I think that maybe the Clash Blaster might be a weapon where you want to have like a lot of ink recovery and sub saver to just kind of spam as many bombs as possible. Because if you can use the splat bomb to kind of engineer some more consistent kills than like the 4-shot kill that you get if you don't get 2 directs, I think that would be a pretty fun way to approach the weapon. So I'm definitely gonna see if I can figure out something like that. But I just thought it looked really fun to just run around and just spam splash damage everywhere, and he was getting all those really cool Stingray kills. Like, it was pretty awesome.
There were quite a few Stingray kills in that game, surprisingly.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes it's hard to tell if like the Stingray kills should they have happened? Was it just like a really unfortunate situation for the for the person on the receiving end? Hard to kind of tell, but no, Jex is definitely making it look pretty fun. He's been playing a lot, so it seems like he may. It looks like apparently Jay's restarting his router, so not the biggest surprise that he had to after that situation. Yes, if it was Jay. But
is there any map we haven't seen yet?
I don't think
Moray.
so. We have not seen Moray. Yeah, that's correct. I think we might have seen all the other maps in the game. Uh, just like a Splatoon player to just skip Moray.
Classic.
Yeah, but I'm
Do
a
you
little bit interested to see Moray.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
How much do you think the new zones on Moray is improved having them in the middle instead of on your sides
I
underneath
think it's
the flat?
improved a lot. I think that it makes it a little bit harder to get back into mid and paint it, but it also makes it a lot harder to just sit there with a lead and have like a dynamo or something just painting the zone from above and making it like impossible for your team to get points. And also another thing about the zones being far apart in Splat 1 was you had these situations where the zones were so far apart for in order for you to push one, you opened up the other for the enemy team to kind of come in and ruin your fun, and it just kind of made comebacks just so stagnant.
It did, yeah, you definitely had those like 70 remaining to 80 remaining games occasionally. But I
Yeah,
kind of, it's in the same vein how you're saying you like Splatoon 1 port mackerel. In a weird way, I kind of feel like that applies to Splatoon 1 Moray zones,
yeah, you definitely needed more control of the map to get those points on the board.
where it's pretty defined what you need to do,
Hmm.
and then once you've done that, then you can step back and
Yeah, well,
start up that solid defense.
I feel that late meta Splatoon 1 Moray also was just stealth jump. Like you just it didn't matter what weapon you were, you just applied stealth
That's
jump.
fair.
That was it went from a map where you just had an E-leader that stopped the game from happening to where you had quick response stealth jump that just stopped the map from not happening. Like it went from one extreme to another, which is also a little bit interesting to see how Moray's been playing in Splatoon 2, right? Because the quick response stealth jump really isn't a thing, and
No.
you kind of expect like the game to slow down a little bit, but at the same time, like Charger's a little bit weaker, and ping control is more important. So it's really interesting to kind of to keep an eye on how the meta of that map is evolving.
I've definitely had a few games on Moray where there's been that charger, you know, that charger on the enemy team that just I can't play the game right now.
Oh yeah, no, a good charger definitely makes it feel like you can't play the game. He just has you completely hiding behind cover, has you doubting everything that you do because the second you poke your head up, you're just gonna get your head taken off. Those kind of situations with e-leaders are always pretty significant. And
But
as
this
far
this
as
time you have some more things to combat though this time.
oh yeah,
So it's not as bad. It just feels weird solo tentamissiling the E leader every time you have it up.
yeah, like
Just get that brief 5 seconds of breathing room to do something.
yeah, the Chargers are in a weird spot. It's pretty hard to play with them. The vanilla E leader has a pretty sad kit. Custom E leader though, with those beacons are they have a really good custom E leader has the potential to kind of like keep the pressure up by proxy by using those beacons. And also, depending on how good that bubble blower special is, can determine if like it's good for like taking back map control, etc. The vanilla E leader is a little bit sketchy. The Ink Mines and Ink Storm kind of weak.
Yeah, that kind of leaves you open.
Yeah the vanilla Splat Charger kind of has the issue of having Stingray right now because Stingray is a pretty weak special. A lot of the long range weapons seem to have at least one version of themselves with Stingray. I think it's because they realize that the only weapons that can really take consistent advantage of Stingray are weapons that are going to kind of be on the back lines more often. So you kind of just you use your long range weapon, you use it. Your teammates push in front of you where you can't help anymore, and you just Stingray into it. So it kind of allows you to have like kind of an assisting tool from long range to complement what your weapon's normally allowed to do.
Kind of bridge the gap between your normal spot to hold in mid, and then maybe you're not quite ready for forward spot yet, but you can
Yeah.
activate that Stingray for the no man's land
Yeah,
that you don't want to
exactly.
be in.
Being Stingrayed while you're being attacked by someone else is when Stingray is difficult to deal with. So I think that we'll see a lot of Chargers doing that. And as far as the vanilla Charger goes, though, that Stingray is sometimes a liability when it's not like an armor or missiles, etc. And on the other hand, the Firefin Charger probably has the best kit out of all the
The
Chargers,
wall
right?
is really interesting on it.
Yeah, the wall and suction rust is really good. Wall itself has been kind of nerfed. It can take damage before it fully deploys now. So if someone just focuses down your wall when they see you throw it, they can kind of mostly destroy it before it's even up. So that's kind of a a kind of thorn in the side of the wall. But if you use it properly and you use it from a modest distance, I think that it's still going to play like the Bento did, and the Bento ended up being the sniper of choice at the end of Splatoon 1's meta. But this one can actually paint because it has Suction Rush instead of Echo, so I think that that's actually a lot going for that Charger. It's just that Chargers are going to have to learn the game really well. They're going to have to learn how to still contribute to paint. I think that you're going to need like some special duration, special saver, special charge, maybe tenacity, or just whatever. Just if you're a Firefin, if you're using your walls to position yourself as aggressively as possible without kind of succumbing to the weaknesses of the wall, and you're just constantly getting out bomb rushes and supporting your team and stuff like that, that's going to be I think that's going to be the way to play Firefin, in addition to just staying mobile and keeping the pressure up.
Being able to flip the switch from providing the support to painting with the zone, move up a little bit, and just being able to fluidly go between those two as fast as possible and have that option up as often as possible.
Yeah, I think they're going to need to take some pages out of the books of snipers from other games like Halo or etc. Just the maps in Splatoon don't really allow you. Splatoon 2, I'm sorry, don't really allow you to. How do I put it? To just kind of sit in one spot all game and
camp it out.
Yeah, exactly. You have to be a much more mobile sniper, which is again harder because there's no damage up in the game. There's a bunch of things like ink armor and more long range support specials to pressure you and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be more difficult to do so. But I think that once Chargers do start to adopt that play style, we'll see a lot more Firefins being active.
They got their work cut out for them.
Oh man, it is late and I'm yawning right now.
Oh, that's not good.
Not good.
Suction Rush versus Curling Rush. Which one you prefer?
I think Suction Rush is probably still the best bomb rush. The Curling Rush also is only useful on certain maps because the big reason that the Suction Rush is good. A tower control port. There we go. The big reason that Suction Rush is good is because you can just, especially with the new bomb rush allowing you to hold the trigger to throw the bombs farther, is that you can just bomb rush from a distance to force back map control. The Curling Rush, on a lot of maps, it's not really that possible to do that. I suppose that if you're really knowledgeable about how the curling bombs work, you can engineer the curling bombs to bounce around and go exactly where you want them to.
Simple geometry.
But the other problem is that you have to use the aerospray to do that. And I don't remember offhand if there's any other weapons that have that, but I mean, the aerospray is definitely a liability, and it's going to be hard to justify, especially when there are other weapons with bomb rush, especially when Neosplash-O-Matic comes out, because that thing is going to be nice. The Neosplash-O-Matic is going to be nasty. It's going to have burst bomb and suction bomb rush. So they literally took the better sub of the two Splash-O-Matics from Splat 1, and they took the better special.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's going to be good. I don't know how it's going to shape up in the long run versus Tennatex in combat. I think that it definitely has the potential. Neo Splash-O-Matic was my solo queue main in Splatoon 1. It was just a really well balanced and solid weapon, and now it has Bomb Rush instead of Inkzuka. So that's, I don't know, man. I can't see that being bad.
It's mildly exciting for you.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy about that. The three other burst bomb weapons that are coming out that we know about so far are the custom jet that gets burst bomb and Stingray.
Yes.
The L3D gets burst bomb and Inkjet, and the Neo Splash-O-Matic gets burst bomb and Suction Rush. And I'm excited to play all three of those. And hopefully by the time custom jet comes out,
the Stingray gets
buffed. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Work it really nicely. But I'm gonna go ahead and watch Jext again because he's gonna go ahead and use that Clash Blaster. I'm sure that someone's told him that he must use this every game now, or I'm going to yell at him.
Ooh, getting Jay around tower with that Clash Blaster. Yeah, see if he can get the Tri-Slosh. Tri-Slosh.
I could see Tri-Slosher being a pretty difficult matchup for the Clash Blaster, actually, considering that the Tri-Slosher can also kind of hit around like corners and stuff, but the Tri-Slosher only needs like those two sloshes in, where the Clash Blaster has to kind of engineer a lot of splash damage around the corner. So I don't know if we'll see like him kind of dive to the Tri-Slosher more in this upcoming game, but right now he's going to put damage in to that Inkjet.
Inkjet being a little aggressive there, getting caught in this crossfire, and if they get one more kill, which they do. It should be the start of a push here. Stingray going to delay it just a bit, though.
Gonna go ahead and watch Void here. Void is gonna jump up in the air, has that splashdown, doesn't use it though, recognizes that he wasn't gonna end up landing next to any enemies. He's just gonna stay alive in this corner.
Oh, Jay
and
with
perhaps
this
use
flank.
the splashdown? No, he's just gonna go ahead and get the that nice clean 3-shot on Jay. Put
Not
some burst
before
bombs
Jay
into
gets
the one
two,
and get
though,
out of there.
oh, here comes Diego pushing hard in. Void doing a good job of kiting back this Tri-Slosher, though.
Yeah, I'm feeling kind of worried for him because I know that he wants to use that splashdown. I don't know if he has any special saver on his gear. Let's actually check his gear. Void is wearing Opening Gambit, Bomb Defense, and Special Charge as his main, so that's a little bit strange. He does get taken out by Jay, who is going to use that inkjet to try to convert this into some momentum. Let's see if Void is able to kind of build this.
Oh, that's going to be full wipe. Everyone coming back from spawn now for yellow.
Yeah, pretty rough situation for a yellow team right now as Void is able to kind of shark here. He's going to wait for his teammates to show up before he jumps in and try to... Oh, no! Gets taken out by a bomb! Very unfortunate as Jay is able to pick him off again.
Another inkjet being popped. Banana trying to get this damage on the tower. Delays for a little bit, but can't get enough damage in with the
being a
duels.
hero, going to get the double direct on Jay, get the kill another person on tower. Is he going to push over here to the left, try to get out of his base? No, he's going to play objective. He's going to throw that bomb. He's going to get ready to punish anyone who gets on tower. Waits for that Stingray, gets underneath it, and yeah, looks like Yellow Team's starting to take back a little bit of map control. He has that special charge. He's going to sting right through the map.
CY did get that checkpoint, though, just barely, so that's going to be big on any consecutive push through there.
Yeah, exactly. The checkpoint system does make it so that your previous performance does impact the state of the game in the future more than it would otherwise. One of the criticisms that a lot of people had about Splatoon 1 was that if you gained the lead, it didn't really matter. You know, you could have more time playing objective than the other team, but if the other team just got one good push, they could just win the game immediately without having to quote-unquote earned it throughout the course of the game. Of course, that's not what it's really like, but this new tower control kind of addresses that concern with the checkpoint system by making it that if you push far one time, your subsequent pushes in the future are going to have an inherent advantage by being faster. So getting an early lead actually does help you in tower control in this game.
Gonna pop the ink armor for this push coming in, but the Tenta missile's probably gonna do a decent amount of work in taking that ink armor off, but not before the damage is done, and that's 3 down for yellow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of feel like the Clash Blaster actually kind of hard counters Inkjet in a way, you know? Like the Inkjet really can't escape that splash damage.
No, it really can't. There's a few things in this game that really take out the Inkjet. That's a full wipe. Wow.
Yeah. Jex is definitely convincing me to play this weapon in Turf War as soon as this
I would... Smiley probably wishing he could put away the Stingray so he could start painting mid a little bit. Because Yellow really hasn't been able to get this push really going. It looks like they finally have some semblance of control on mid. These Tenta missiles going to pick up 1 kill and force Purple all over the place. Pick up another kill off of the Tenta missiles on Jay there. Don't quite have control of this second area quite yet. Now they do. Purple just falling back. Know that they have the checkpoint to fall back on and going to play off of that.
Yeah, if Yellow Team can take this checkpoint, it's going to be a big deal. Multiple people of the Purple Team are going to go down, but as they respawn, they're going to take out some Yellow Team members, and that is almost a full wipe. Even if the Splatter Shot comes in with a crazy splashdown from the heavens, it's probably not going to be enough to keep this push going. So Yellow Team's going to have to regroup within the next 15 seconds, get on tower, and do their game-winning push now.
Got to get this kill on Jay with Jax, but the Tri-Slosher Crossfire is going to take him out. Sniper goes down from Tri-Slosher as well, and that's going to be game.
Yeah,
Inkjet pop for good measure.
Diego, like the rabbit from Monty Python and Holy Grail, just jumping from neck to neck. And yeah, that's going to be it, okay? Type of this on people here. Sorry, forgive me for 1 second as I just responded to a message. looks like they're subbing. I think we might get one or two more games. I did have a long day at work, so I might go ahead and call it after two more. Do you feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. All right. I think this is pretty fun. I like how our conversation went from like normal speak to like commentator speak over the course of this cast.
Fairly seamlessly transitioned, actually.
Yeah, right. It's fun stuff. But, I think this has been pretty nice. I think that it's kind of easy to just go to the perspective of whoever kills the player you were just watching. That's a pretty
it's so smooth.
easy.
It's so smooth doing that in this game.
Yeah, and then if you know for a fact that you want to watch a specific person, you can opt to do that, or you can go to the sky camera if things are getting a little bit dull. Watch the skies, and once something special starts happening, you can go ahead and start the cycle over again. I think that's a pretty clean and easy way to go about controlling the camera. Just follow whoever kills who, and then go up to the sky when you want to see objective, or if you think that the person you're following isn't entertaining enough.
Yep, go down for the team fight, come back up to see the positioning for the start of the next team fight, then go back down.
Yeah, I think it works pretty well. Also, for those of you watching, Hexen is looking for a scrim, so if you guys have a team, hit me up to hit him up, because Hexen's antisocial. It'll work out fine. Oh, and looks like we're going in. So, I am playing.
Interesting.
Power
Alright.
says I can scrim Hexen.
Oh,
Hey,
I want
thanks
this.
for that.
I want you to be commentating while you're playing.
Commentate while I play. Sounds
Yeah.
good. Let me equip my tryhard build.
I want to hear your thought process while you're playing.
Okay, cool. I'm pretty tired and not warmed up, so I'm sure that I will provide lots of entertaining stuff. I have no idea if they're gonna try to end the game really fast or what, but I'm gonna play. So we'll see how it goes. Power and I know that you're watching. Chime says that he is just checking to make sure he has a fourth and they might be able to scrim Hexen, so I don't know if you're talking to him. If not, I'm going to message him after this, but we're going to watch me play. I'm going to start out by moving over here to the left, and I'm actually going to be talking too much to realize that I kind of missed a little bit of paint there, but I'm going to go ahead and get armor at the start of this match. I think it's always just nice to get armor early on as ends up, especially on a map with a lot of surface area like this, as we're just pushing up, and I guess the enemy team is not playing. Alright, well that's so much for that commentary, because I'm going to just go ahead and armor up and follow the Rainmaker up here, miss this fucking path to climb up the wall, and that's gonna be it.
Padding those last 50 game stats, shameless.
Yep, and oh man, easy money. I'm gonna level out my shirt now. Smiley isn't ranked in Rainmaker yet. Alright, so hopefully they get the teams right this time. Wonderful. Alright, Inkblot Art Academy Rainmaker. This is an interesting game mode because the Rainmaker has to move up a small choke point to actually push forward.
It does. To get
And
up on that plat, you have to go through the left side.
If there's like a splatling posted up, it's really hard to push, and I think that's going to get even crazier once Heavy Deco comes out, because that thing gets wall. Like,
Oh gosh.
that's going to be hard. I feel like if you don't run a heavy yourself, I don't know, do you have to run like multiple missile weapons to just bunker bust the heavy and get him to stop sitting there and camping. Like maybe that's how it has to happen. I don't know.
It's really hard to get enough shots up and over the wall to provide enough space to get on the plat.
Yeah.
And then you get like a slosher going over the wall as well, and you can't get up the wall. So you go around left, but then you got to go up the ramp that can't be painted. And
Yeah, it's a little crazy. You know, one hilarious strategy might be to activate an ink storm at the lower ground to the further left than that, and then it gets up into the heavy's field of vision, and he can't see and he can't shoot you anymore. I don't know if you've seen that stuff on Moray, but it's actually kind of ridiculous.
I have not seen that. I noticed it while spectating. I couldn't see through the cloud.
Yeah, on Moray, if you activate an ink storm low, I was going to go spectate Jex, but he gets absolutely obliterated, so we're going to go ahead and look at Jay instead, as Jay's going to go here and take advantage of the 3v4 situation, and never mind, he's just going to sit there and watch his teammates do that for him as he kind of gets ready to go ahead and shark against Jex right now, and there's the 3-shot. Jay can go here and push up, take advantage of this momentum that he's got, and gets another kill. Rainmaker behind him activates Inkjet, but is taken out by Banana before he can get that Inkjet off, as his team is able to push to 37 until it's a 2v2 situation.
The Jet being under pressure there couldn't really do much. And Jay just weaving around slowly, getting into range there. Autobomb just kind of delaying, trying to get green team back in here.
Yeah,
Autobomb. Ooh, Jack's going down there. Jay is still in the spawn here, trying to deal with the Jet Squelcher. Jet Squelcher ends up running. Rainmaker resets. Is Jay going to die?
Smiley does not know he's there. I don't think anyone knows that he's there.
Sharking.
Banana sees it though. Banana knows. Probably saw on the desk screen. He's going to go ahead and take care of Jay right there. But unfortunately for Banana, the green team CY is able to pick up the Rainmaker again as this obnoxious dually gets taken out, and that's a 3 versus 2 situation. Some jump ins are happening towards the center of the map right now as Jay is able to move up with 10 attacks. Some other people are able to move in the mid. But honestly, I think Purple just needs to move up right now. They have their
not
advantage
gotten out of their spawn yet.
Yeah, I think that might have been a little bit out of fear than out of them actually picking the right strategy there. Just that need to get a little bit more confidence, a little bit more momentum as they're able to take the Rainmaker sort of into mid right now. Some bomb rushes going off and such. As Purple's not
getting
really
that
able to get
back in
control.
there. Banana jumps down, sloshing over to left. 2 of green over there. Inkjet popped. Does he get Jay? Misses a few sloshes. Does end up getting him, but not before the rest of his team goes down. And that's going to be green once again taking control of mid.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate for Purple team there for that situation to go down like that, but I feel like they just did not push up once they had an advantage. They really need to be really thirsty for that map control, and as soon as they get the opportunity to do so, they need to go for it.
Well, here's their opportunity right now. Only the Octobrush left, and Octobrush going to run away. Could be a super jump point. Oh, the Jex chasing him down though, but doubling back when Jex tunnels on the super jump.
Smiley is going to get the revenge kill, and the Octobrush is going to go down, and another member is going to go down the center of the map.
2v2 right now.
Yeah, that's a little bit of a bloodbath right there, though, as the Purple team is playing the objective right now. Fortunately, for any kind of negligence of the objective for Green Team, though, they do have to move past the remaining Green Team members to continue to push the Rainmaker.
Ink armor being popped for Green Team, just trying to keep Purple from really taking control of this game right now. Gonna buckets trade. Ooh, almost gets the direct with that rain, and it does end up getting the kill with the Rainmaker there on Jay. I'm gonna start painting the platform with the Rainmaker, being a little hesitant right now, giving Green time to come back in, and the Clash Blaster is down right now, so I don't see them making a push happen at the moment. Autobomb gonna
go ahead and run here, and that 10 attack camping in the corner is gonna put an end to that. Jay's gonna get the kill. It looks like he is gonna be taken out though. As the one just put some pressure on this Rainmaker to make sure it can't be picked up by the enemy team. Probably gonna leave it unpopped. No, he does go ahead and pop it as the 10 missiles
immediately force them back.
Yeah, no, that is a little bit sketchy. The Rainmaker, however, does get stopped.
Little preemptive there, pickup, and with it so far on the plat now, they're really not going to be able to get control back and have to start the slow push in again.
Oh boy! Now here's an interesting question: if you're an Inkjet and you pick up the Rainmaker, does your Inkjet just completely disappear and you don't jump back to where you came from? Like, can you pick up the Rainmaker?
That's a good question. I do not know the answer to that.
I'm assuming that that's how it works.
Yeah, I'm assuming it just cancels out the rest of the Inkjet, and you don't get any of your special at all, and it's just gone.
Someone in chat asking if the game volume is that low on purpose. It's probably because my setup's designed for my normal stream and not casting. So, oops, I'll go ahead and fix that later. But for right now, the one unfortunately is gonna time out with the Rainmaker. He was standing in the no Rainmaker zone for a little bit there. Yeah, Class Blaster is gonna pick up the kill. I'm gonna go back to this Class Blaster because I think it's super awesome. Mind. I think he died to the Rainmaker shield. No, he died to the Dapple Dualies.
I think the Rainmaker shield did get the assist there.
Yeah, but it looks like this is probably going to be the end for Purple Team. As the Rainmaker's way out of position. This is going to be very hard to do anything about. As, yeah, Jex is going to try to put some chip damage into the Rainmaker shield, but that is going to be that.
You can't pick up the Rainmaker while you have Inkjet. Interesting.
You cannot pick it up. That is strange. I mean, you figured that like you would be able to pick up the Rainmaker when you have Jet because, like, I know that they want to avoid the Jet being able to get into places where it's not supposed to be. But if you can pick up the Rainmaker, that means that somebody who could get where they were supposed to be brought it there. So you figured that would kind of be like a safe bet for the Jet, safe bet for the Jet. But it seems that that's not the way it is, and I think we're gonna do one more. And meanwhile, the search for a scrim for Hexen has not been fruitful. The one team that said yes said that they can't, so sad face.
Feels bad.
Feels bad. Hopefully someone contacts them. In the Squid Coliseum, the bot deletes scrim requests after they've been there for a half hour. I'm wondering if the bot is also keeping track of all the scrim requests so that like data can be collected from them. And Splatzone's Inkblot is going to be the last level. And is this one of the first maps that does not have a name of some kind of seafood in the name?
Yes. I mean, if you're counting Humpback as seafood.
Well, alright, some kind of sea creature.
There we go.
Everything else has some kind of a sea creature. Humpback Pump Track, that's...
I hate that name.
Funny.
I think I might slip into just calling
Oh yeah, Salt Spray Rig does not have the name of a sea animal in it. It is sea related. At least, sort of. But I will ready up on time.
Necessarily be, oh, I guess I have to ready it.
Yeah, Dad.
Museum?
Museum? Why can I not remember museum?
I can't remember what the name of the museum. Oh, it's Del Alfonso, or however you say that.
What's an Alfonso?
I don't know.
I don't either. It is potential seafood. It could go in my sushi. Maybe it can't. I'll take a humpback roll instead. Horrible humor with Hitzel.
Sorry, I'm not entertaining that humor.
No.
Not very good at that.
It's okay.
It's just leaving you to drag there.
Yeah, I'm pretty much delirious at this point anyway. As we have some fun stuff right now. Hero Shot, H3, 96 coming on blue team, while yellow team has more of a standard build.
Yeah.
Go ahead and watch Banana right now. So he's going to get some splash damage over the... Oh, unfortunate. He had the read on where that enemy was, but he just wasn't able to properly follow up with the second slash.
That's
he's gonna
everyone. That's everyone going down for yellow there.
Was, kind of unfortunate there, as Banana is just trying to get his missiles. It's not the worst thing. Honestly, I think that missling people when they try to leave spawn is actually a bad thing because you're just giving them future meter. Like who's really gonna get killed when they're missiled from spawn? They just swim forward.
You just keep swimming to the zone. There's not really a problem.
Yeah, so Banana,
There's
of course,
definitely one
recognizing that, moves forward. He's almost at a second missile right now as they move up to the right side of the map. But there are two members flanking him. A nice team shot to get rid of that potential flank right there. Banana,
Ooh,
this
nice
time is going to
direct
get
by
pushed back.
Smiley onto the
But
one.
he's able to
Only
missile the two
left for
members.
blue. They
Mm-hmm.
gotta start making the push here. Not much time left. Mecha going down, and
One
that
down.
should be zone unless Jay gets some miraculous 2 kills here. Gonna just retreat over to the corner and be really annoying. Safely pop the ink armor.
Let's see how Yellow Team takes advantage of this situation here. They are able to kind of push up. Splashdown going down in zone. Yellow Team not doing the best job at painting the zone as Jay is going to put some pressure on that long-range weapon, but a Ink Storm is able to completely block my view of what's happening. The zone is taken, though, so that's very good.
Zone is taken.
As Yellow Team does start to chip away that meter again.
2 for blue over here, but Bronze keeping them back. They're 4 now. Ooh, ends up picking a kill. Very nice. And just Jay left over there, going to be slowly encroached on. Kind of solo tentamissiling him. That seems a little unnecessary.
Yeah,
Just going to jump out of there.
Yeah, maybe a little bit unnecessary, but it depends on what happens here. Jex, unfortunately, is not anywhere close to that Inkstorm. Pro's not exactly the best weapon at gaining meter. Maybe one of the weapons where, a regular Pro in zones is okay with some tenacity or something, but Yellow Team is able to take the lead as Blue does just go down in great numbers trying to take back the map. But, however,
They
Diego
do end up
is
taking that. Diego doing a lot of work there.
Yes, Diego is also able to confuse me by being on the B button and me playing too much Xbox, so I look at the wrong person for a second there. But this is an opportunity for Blue Team to come back. They have done it in the past in this scrim. They've shown that they are able to coordinate well, as some Yellow Team members are going down. 96 goes down, however, as Diego is trying to shark here, but he's not painting the zone. If Yellow Team is able to move up on the zone, they were able to take
Yellow
the
is too far trapped on their plat right now and being very distracted by Diego. Tenements is going to force them back. Well.
That did not go cleanly for Yellow Team, is what we might have seen for a second. However,
Yellow moving forward. Jay not able to get any of those kills, though. Kim Bronx
Inkstorm going down. They have to paint the zone faster than that, though. Inkstorm not able to paint the zone by itself, as Yellow is able to at least take control. Full wipe. This is their opportunity.
That's all big penalty timer, though. They're going to have to win one fight cleanly and maybe stall enough through the second one to take the lead here.
Yeah, his members
nice
are jumping
kill
back
by
in.
checks on Mecha.
Gonna go ahead and watch Banana here, see how he's able to kind of keep control. And Jay's armor, I do not think Jay's armor goes off. Did it go off?
I'm pretty sure as soon as you hit it, it goes off. I do not think he has it
Oh, no,
anymore.
it has to get past a certain point before it gives it to everybody. But I'm not sure if it did, but I think his teammates were dead anyway.
Yeah, they were dead anyway. It did go off. He does not have it anymore.
And this is looking like Yellow Team's game as they're able to take control of the zone.
They take off that hero shot. They're not going to have enough time to paint. That's
3, 2,
it.
1. That's it.
Wow, quite the comeback.
Yeah, so
That fight after they took the zone was so clean. They won 4-0.
And the Alfonsino is a type of deep water fish that inhabits temperate and tropical oceans.
Well, there goes that theory.
Yeah. Well, Salt Spray and Ink Blot can go ahead and hang out in the not seafood category, while Humpback is confused in the center. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. That was a fun one. Definitely enjoyed. A little bit tired at this time of night, but you know what? I think this is a pretty good experiment with spectator mode, as was evidenced by my shaky hands in that last game as I was just kind of falling asleep. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and end stream. Thanks a lot, guys. This is going to go up on YouTube, and I will catch you guys later.
Bye.